Don't cut your fabric yet. One small mistake can ruin this entire one shoulder top. Wait, let me show you. Hi my loves, welcome back. So this is the starting point which make the work accurate. To start with, we are going to be starting with our shoulder to our bust line, shoulder to under bust, and shoulder to the full length of the top. Okay, and mind you, this is a crop top, so you'll not get confused. And this is an a one shoulder top. Okay, so to start with, I'm also doing this because I want you guys to actually get the actual way to make a a one shoulder top. Okay, so the shoulder point, we are going to be starting to measure the shoulder length, which is 14 divided by 2. We have 7. We went down by 1 inch for the shoulder slope. So I'm so sorry for the noise. They're actually doing some maintenance beside my building. I'm so sorry. So we are going to now measure the nipple to nipple point divided by 2. We are going to measure that on our bust line. Then our under bust, our nipple to nipple point minus half an inch divided by 2. Then minus half an inch. That is what we are going to be imputing on the under bust and the rest of the down measurements. Okay, then we went to the under bust, we minus 1.5 inches. This is because my client is actually very slim person and she's not busty. She has a very small breast. Okay, sorry, small bust. Okay, so we went down up by to measure the up length, which is the shoulder to your upper bust, the upper bust. So you could decide to make use of whatever your measurement is. Please take note of that so you wouldn't make any mistake when measuring yours. Okay, so on the upper bust, we measured 2 inches, 1.5 inches on the other bust, which is for the other side, and we came in by our nipple to nipple point divided by 2 and minus half. That's what we use for the upper bust. Okay, and then we extended, we measured what our radius is just the round measurement of the upper bust. Okay, when it's firm, that's how you're going to measure your client. You're going to measure her very firm. You're going to be putting your tape on the upper bust. That is called a radius. Okay, so when you measure that, whatever the measurement is, that is what you're going to be used for the upper round measurement for this, for the top. Okay, so when after doing that, we are going to now come in by 1 inch for the sweetheart neckline so that the shape will actually come out so well. Then we went out by half an inch, just as you can see the way I'm doing right there. So after doing that, please keep watching and take notes because I'm going to show you one trick that will make you that you have been doing mistake on them all this while. So you are going to actually learn that so that you'll be able to make your top so perfect. Okay, so this is we are done with the front measurement. So we are going to be moving on to the back pattern, which is measuring the zipper allowance normally, and that is what you guys know already, that my zipper allowance I make use of 1.5. So endeavor to use what works for you. Okay, so I measured the shoulder length divided by 2. I came down by 1 inch for the shoulder slope, and mind you, we're not actually going to be using the full shoulder measurement on this point. That's why we are just here, we are not paying full attention to that shoulder. Okay, because it is like a an off shoulder sleeve. That's what we are using there. So because of that, we are not making use of that shoulder point. Okay, so emphasis on we are not making use of that shoulder point. Okay, after doing that, so we measured our nipple to nipple points of our clients, and then we decided to mark half an inch on both sides and then connected them together like this. Okay, so after doing that, we are now going to, and I told you guys that for the zipper, you know already that my zipper allowance is all these 1.5 inches. Okay, so you can decide to use what works for you. And at this point, we are not going to be measuring our normal round measurement, body measurement on this part. We measured our bust bust line, that's round bust measurement, and our half length, which is our waist. That's what we are using for the full length or the hemline. And then from that point, we came down. You can see how we are placing our ruler. Okay, that is the bust area. So we came down by about 2 inches and then connected it from that shoulder point. Okay, for that arm from that armhole, and we actually indicated on that point. So for the zipper allowance, so to avoid a bulgy dress or a bulgy zipper, you're going to come in by half an inch on the zipper area, and then that is actually what to remove the bulge at the back. Okay, so here we are already marking out the wrong part, the place we are not going to be needing for this top. Okay, and we proceeded to the cutting. And let me tell you a story that, do you know that after making this top for my client, she actually liked it, but the only issue she had was because she's not busty and she doesn't have much bust, so she was angry that the bust was too big for her. So let me know in the comment section, what do you think, and how do you see? Do you actually see this pattern to be too big or to be too bossy for the clients? Okay, let me know in the comment section. So, guys, as in, as you we've been following, so let me know in the comment section if you have actually found value in this video. So, on this point, we proceeded to cutting out the pattern and adding about half an inch to 1 inch for the sewing allowance. And here we proceeded to cutting out the lining and also the interface. And actually, I used a stay for the interface for all the both the fabric and the lining, so that it will make the clothes firm and to make it more relaxed on my client. So here we proceeded to the sleeve part, and then I measured 4 inches. You know that the half shoulder, which is the one shoulder length, is actually four. That is eight in total. So we measured eight. We added for an for the sewing allowance, half an inch for the sewing, and then we from there we marked our armhole curve, and then we proceeded to measure our full length of the sleeve. This is actually the base or on which we'll be placing um our flea sleeves. Okay, so when you're cutting your own, please endeavor to also cut this base sleeve as a flea sleeve, a little bit of flea, so that it can be more relaxed on our client. Because later I actually cut another sleeve, base of the sleeve again, just to make the sleeve more relaxed and more beautiful. Okay, so here is the sleeve. You know how you're going to be folding a flay sleeve. That is why we proceeded on this design or this way. Okay, you actually know how to cut a flay sleeve. You're going to be folding it triangular in a triangular way, and that is how you're going to be cutting out the flay sleeve. So actually cut out this sleeve in different sizes. You know, we actually have 3 layers of the sleeve on the basic. Okay, so we measure the 3 layer, measure the smallest part, the middle one, and the last one. And here I'm showing you guys on how to place it on your sleeve, on your basic sleeve. So emphasis on cutting this basic sleeve as a flea. Okay, so that it will be more relaxed. You can see how it looks. So this is the top itself. We are connecting the fabric differently. We're actually folding it, and you can see how beautiful it all looks at the end of the day. So I hope you find value. Please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe. See you guys in my next video. Bye.